Hey guys, I got another video I want to take a look at. This comes from our friend Chili over at Delete Laws. And what he's doing right here is he's confronting the Forney City Council in Forney, Texas, in regard to an incident that happened with one of their officers, a David Holman, who engaged in fabrication of a crime and manipulation of an individual named Yunez and this ridiculous display of authoritarian control where this guy is just power tripping. This David Holman, officer David Holman, is power tripping on his own position as a law enforcement officer, where, and I know we talk about this all the time, that they're out there to be, supposed to be serving and protecting, but they end up just harassing and collecting. And this is just another example of this. Anyway, Chili's confrontation at the Forney City Council is the fallout from this, where he addresses the city council in the application of what he calls torture cuffs. And I'll have to agree, if you've ever had handcuffs on, it is not just an uncomfortable experience, but, especially when the cops just tighten it down and they really want to give you what for and show how powerful they are and how powerless you are, and you're just a peon and they're the overlords. They want to teach you a lesson. It can be a very, very painful experience. But let's go through this real quick. I'll probably play most of this without interrupting, because basically Chili, he's a very articulate guy and he says everything that needs to be said, and he confronts who he needs to confront in his style. And I just want you to check it out.
My name is Chili de Castro. I'm a civil libertarian. I teach constitutional law to hundreds of thousands and millions of people around the world. I've got 300,000 followers on TikTok, and I got about 30,000 followers on YouTube. Now, I'm in your city right now today because there's a gentleman here in the room named Yunez. And on November 10th of 2021, Yunez was pulled over by Officer Brian Holman. And Officer Brian Holman, there's a video coming out tomorrow on YouTube. It'll get 100,000 views. And it shows Brian Holman lose all control. When he asks Yunez if he's been drinking, Yunez laughs in his face because he's a conservative Muslim, he's a conservative. Our personalities are nothing alike. He wouldn't stand up here and speak to y'all. That's not how he works. He barely speaks English, he speaks Arabic. And Officer Brian Holman, I know you guys just put a new city human resources, Deborah, into place, correct?
We have a new HR director.
And the reason why she is because Luntz was fired, right?
I'm talking about, I'm sorry, police chief?
Yeah.
Yes, we have an interim police chief right now.
So,
We can discuss back and forth. People tell me you're in a possession. Thank you.
Continue.
what's that?
I said we can't
We
discuss.
can't have conversations, but yes.
Oh, you're welcome to talk to me. I actually appreciate the back and forth. So,
Yes, we can have an interim.
so tomorrow what you're going to see on the video is you're going to see Yunez put in handcuffs for 16 minutes for no reason. Because when the cop asks him if you've been drinking at 9:30 in the morning, Yunez laughs in his face because it's a joke. The cops in our cities, on every county in America, are now trained to arrest you, especially because you're black. They focus on black people.
Thank you.
If you didn't know that, you might want to open your eyes and pay attention. Yunez happens to be a foreigner, and he moved here, and he has a green card, and he's a citizen right here, a conservative citizen, has 3 kids. And so when you watch the video tomorrow and you see Yunez put in handcuffs for 16 minutes, you go, oh, he was just detained. These are torture. These have been torture, and they're always torture. They were designed for torture, and they're still torture. Nothing's changed. These were made for black folks during slavery. These need to be banned in America. That's why I'm here. When you see Yunez detained for 16 and a half minutes tomorrow morning, I want you to understand that every single second that man's in handcuffs, he's being tortured. It's literal torture. And what's the big lie? Oh, I got a finger in there, so you're not being tortured. It's absolute, total torture. When do the citizens of America stop this? We can do this with Velcro straps, strapping you in the front. With the digital camera now, once you get my face on camera, I'm not going to fight anybody. Most people will calm right down. And Yunez, by the way, you'll see the video tomorrow. It's on Delete Laws. That's the name of my YouTube page, Delete Laws with a Z on the end of it. I don't like or respect cops. And now you guys got a blue flag flying over on Gateway with a blue stripe on it. Let me just tell you something. Maybe not in this room, but half of the people see that as a terrorist flag. Half the people here see that guy right there. See the people who wear uniforms that are cops as terrorists. I see them as absolute terrorists. They detain you and arrest you for no reason. This council has the opportunity, I know it is, but this city council has an opportunity to do something about this. And let me just say something, just so you know, we're going to file civil litigation if Holman's not fired. If Holman's not relieved from duty and he's not reprimanded, we're suing the city. And you guys hired a city manager so that you could avoid litigation. I read about it. I don't care if you kill my mic. It's not the point. We won't be silenced. ever. This has to change, and you have the opportunity to change it. So then change it.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah. And the blue striped flag over there on Gateway's got to go. Who the hell do you think you are flying a blue flag? All the former cops in here? You don't get a memorial forever. It's time to change it. I don't want to see a blue terrorist. I'm upset, and I have a right to redress my government. I'm sorry my 3 minutes is up, but I'm sick of it. And it starts here in Texas. All the lynching started here. You black folks, listen to what I'm telling you. If you keep allowing police power to be spread and spread and spread, it'll never stop. That blue terrorist flag on Gateway's going down again. I'm going to tear it down again.
Sir.
Okay, I understand. I'm upset. Forgive me for being upset. You got a terrorist right back here. This man's a terrorist. He takes people to a dungeon. He tortures them. You're, oh yeah, who said that? Hey, listen, I'll see you there. I'll see you there.
Mr. Castro, go.
Oh, what are you going to put your hands on me?
No, I'm
You're going
asking
to
you
touch
to
me?
leave. You're
You're
interfering
going to touch me?
You're interfering with the
Listen,
meeting.
shut your mouth.
We need you to leave.
Shut your mouth. You're a terrorist, and don't put your fucking hands
sir,
on me, bro.
I have not touched
Okay,
you.
well,
We
don't
need you to
touch me,
leave.
dude. I'm walking out the door. I have a right to redress my government.
I need you to move.
You are an outright
Yes, sir.
terrorist and a pig.
Yes, sir.
Go.
Would you please move?
Oh, shut your mouth. Don't touch me.
Don't engage. I
Don't
have not
touch
touched
me.
you.
I'll walk out the door. You don't got to man up on me.
I'm asking you.
I'm a full-grown man.
It looks like all the brainless lemmings who are engaged in or cemented in cognitive dissonance are telling Chili to leave. It's like, leave, stop telling us all these uncomfortable truths. Like the guy in the back with the costume on is a terrorist. He's not a terrorist. He's a police officer here to protect and serve. And these brain dead people who literally cannot think for themselves because they've shelved their critical thinking long ago don't see the very torture officers in front of their very eyes. And it's true, they put the torture cuffs on you, they engage in legalized kidnapping, throw you in the back of the car, you disappear, they throw you into their basement, called a, let's call it what it is. It's a rape cage. When people go in there, they get beaten, they get raped, they get abused by the other inmates and maybe even by the prison guards. It's a ridiculous system that we have in place here, and we call it criminal justice. Can anything be more unjust than having legalized tyranny, legalized tyrants walking around in this thin blue line flag? I totally agree with him. We've talked about this for a long time on this channel, that thin blue line represents class warfare. They're trying to tap into tribalism to say that they are in the big club and you ain't. We're going to look out for our thin blue line brothers and sisters, but we aren't going to look out for you. We're not going to terrorize them. We see them speeding, we're not going to issue them speeding tickets. When we see them stealing from the drug interdiction unit's secure room, we're not going to say anything about them. And if they get caught, well, then we might put them on paid administrative leave, that little vacation right there, and send them down the road and give them a good reference for the next police department in the next county over that you'll never hear about. But we're always going to watch out for our thin blue line Freemasonic brotherhood. And that's why I got a serious problem with that thin blue line flag. Man, it's crazy tyranny just waving in your face. So I totally agree with where Chili's going on this.
Yes, sir. I'm asking you to
Then
leave.
don't touch me.
I have not
Why
yet.
am I upset?
Please leave.
Okay, why am I upset? Because you terrorized a man, you put him in torture.
Yes,
Have you
let's
been
go-
you've been
let's
put in
go out
cuffs?
here and talk
You've been
about
put in
it.
cuffs?
Let's go back, let's go
You've been
back.
put in cuffs? Huh? Have any of you guys been put in cuffs for 15 minutes? Put them behind your back for 15 minutes and then tell me how you feel. Oh, shut up, you terrorist.
Sir, if you don't leave.
I got it. Don't put your hands on me.
Step into it.
You stepped into me. Don't touch me, dude.
Sir, let's set this one.
All right, but don't even bump into me.
If you would walk, I wouldn't touch you.
You said I was going, go. I'm outside the city council. I'm in a public building now. I can't be trespassed.
Okay.
You understand that?
No
This
one has
is a
trespassed
public
you.
building.
Sir, no one has
Have you been put in
trespassed
torture cuffs for 15 minutes?
I'm not gonna get it.
Have you been put in torture cuffs for 15 minutes? Have you ever had these behind your back for 15 minutes?
Sir.
Yes or no? Have you, coward?
you. Sir, you are interfering.
You are such a coward. You put these on people so liberally, as though it's just fine. It's not fine.
Sir,
And that blue terror flag comes down.
you're interfering with a public
What-
meeting. At this
you're a
point.
firefighter.
Do you
Don't
realize-
talk to him.
Do you realize that is an offense?
Listen, I'm leaving, but you have to
realize-
give me a chance to
I
leave,
have.
number one.
We've given you multiple chances.
I'm
I think-
allowed to be upset and redress the government? Yes, I am.
Sure.
I'm upset. I'm not throwing punches. I'm not cursing anybody. The blue terror flag's got to go. Handcuffs got to go, coward.
Understood.
Take off the badge and gun and look at me that way. See how you do. Dude, don't walk up on me. I'm leaving. I'm walking out.
The thing I really appreciate about this, and the reason I wanted to show you this video, is because Chili is amped up, not about what happened to him, but what happened to this guy named Yunez. He is angry because of an injustice that happened to one man in the state of Texas. And when an injustice happens to one man anywhere, injustices are happening to all men everywhere. And what I really appreciate about this, and First Amendment and Second Amendment auditors, or Fourth Amendment auditors, whatever you want to call them, is the fact that when they stand up for what is right, and they try to secure liberty for themselves, for their family, people in their zone of influence, they're also, ironically, trying to stand up for the rights and security and protection of the people who are trying to take those rights, securities, and protections away from them, i.e. city council members, governors, presidents of the United States, congressmen, senators, and the thin blue line cult. So while these people are trying to take away rights, the people who are standing for rights are standing for their own rights and the rights of those who want rights taken away from other people. It's just a convoluted hodgepodge of idiocracy.
Go on, terrorist. Do you understand what you signed up to do? You're an absolute scumbucket, dude. And you enforcing this garbage like this stuff here, have you been in these, yes or no? Have you been put in torture cuffs, yes or no? Have you been put in torture cuffs? Oh, no, you're not answering the questions because you're a coward. Have you been put in torture cuffs for 15 minutes, yes or no? Yes or no? There's thousands watching.
Why are you raising your voice?
Because I'm so sick of being nice.
But you're not trying to have a dialogue.
Do you want to have a dialogue? Let me try it like this. Have you been put in torture cuffs for 15 minutes? Have you been put in torture cuffs for 15 minutes? You think I'm going to take a swing at you?
No, but I don't need to talk to
you think I'm going to take a swing at you?
I don't need to be that close to you.
Really? Listen, there's a proper arena to handle things like men in a cage where we sign a waiver and we all agree to it.
Sure.
And I'm more than down to do that. Any of you coward pigs, you guys are terrorists. You put these on people and you torture.
So did you see the lie of that guy in the white shirt? He said, I'm willing to have a dialogue with you, but we're not going to yell about it. So Chili brings his tone way down, speaks very soft. Okay, have you ever been in torture cuffs for 15 minutes? Have you ever, just answer my question. He brings it down and the guy is still not willing to have a dialogue. The point here is that no matter how you come across to these people, they don't want to answer their question, your questions, or Chili's question in this case, because they don't have the answer that lends itself to justice while they say they're a part of the criminal justice system. They're part of the criminal injustice system. As a matter of fact, they're the very criminals in the injustice system, and they won't answer your questions honestly because they can't be honest, because their consciences won't let them be honest, because they know in their heart of hearts that what they're doing is 100% wrong.
Them. This is not detainment, it's torture. Now, I'm upset because this man was tortured. You're going to watch this video tomorrow and you're like, oh, he was just put in handcuffs. No big deal. Have you been put in them, yes or no? And I'll leave. Have you been put in them, yes or no?
Yes, I've been placed in them.
Okay, can I put them on you?
We're not going to go any further with that.
Right. Oh, yeah, we're not going to discuss it any further.
What you're wanting is to continue.
And if you haven't watched the video with Yunez, it was completely ridiculous. This Officer Holman makes everything, he fabricates everything. He lies about the entire thing. Yunez has the entire accident. He gets involved in a traffic accident. I'm not going to do any kind of, spoiler here because you need to watch the video. But the long story short, everything that was pinned on him by Officer Holman was 100% verifiably false because Yunez had a dash cam. Now, unfortunately, Yunez didn't have a rear dash cam, which would have helped him out a little bit more. But the bottom line is the dash cam video evidence shows that whatever Officer Holman was trying to pin on Yunez could not stand in the court of truth.
You need a dialogue.
Oh, no. I want people to see that you are a freaking coward. That you would so liberally allow these to be put on people, but you've never had them on for 15 minutes. That's what I'm saying.
With the meeting right now?
The meeting's still going on. You took a 5-minute break. The 5 minutes isn't up.
Okay, you're interfering with the meeting right now?
Oh.
That is against the law.
Oh.
We're going to try to presume this meeting.
I'm not allowed to be upset. I'm not allowed to watch a man be tortured.
No, you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to.
I'll lower my voice for you. Is that better?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah. You're not allowed to disrupt a meeting that we're trying to have.
I didn't disrupt the meeting. I'm here for public commentary.
And that was 3 minutes, and it's done.
Do you think 3 minutes is enough time to redress handcuffs? You wouldn't know.
It's what's allowed.
How many times have you been put in handcuffs, kid? You signed up to be a terrorist. You're young enough. You can change this. You can quit now and do something good with your life. People hate you, dude. People just quiet about it because they're afraid. They're afraid of the government. But people hate your guts, bro.
And people do hate his guts, but they also love him. They're the first people in line to call if something goes wrong. I'm going to call a police officer. I'm going to call a man with a gun because I can't deal with my own problems because I haven't been trained to do so, or I'm a social justice warrior. I've been, my critical thinking has been completely evaporated in the light of the morphine drip that constantly goes in me from mainstream media. So, there are people out there who do hate the cops, but there are a whole lot of people out there that love and respect them. They'll attend their funerals, they'll bake them cakes, they'll say, "Oh, look, little Johnny, look, little Susie, don't you want to be like Officer Jones here?" So, there are several, different kinds of people in our society, and the people who, have, let's face it, let's call it what it is, Stockholm syndrome, where they actually want to protect and defend their oppressors. That's the bulk of the people in our society. And we have to get into the mind. We have to sow seeds of liberty in these hearts and minds. That's the only way we can do it. Set these brush fires of freedom in the minds of men, because it's not the majority who will prevail. It's the irate and tireless minority like Chile right here, who are trying to open eyes, open hearts, so that we can actually have a dialogue and start talking about these things and then start changing things in society. One of the things that we need to change is, hey, this guy in this costume right here is your oppressor. He is a tyrant. What are we as a society going to do about it?
Literally half of the people hate you. And now you probably dyed in the wool, dyed in blue. These have got to go. The blue flag stripes got to go.
You're the most hateful person I've ever seen in my life.
Am I really?
That's not
No, go ahead.
okay, listen.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What are you saying? What are you saying?
No,
What are you saying?
we have to have a conversation.
Go ahead.
No,
I'll have a conversation with you.
No,
Go
right
ahead.
now.
I'm not going to yell at you. No, you address me, sir. If you haven't noticed, he asked me to calm my
But
voice
you're
down
calling
because he
pigs.
said that
You're telling them they're terrorists.
have you been putting these handcuffs for
I
15?
have.
Okay, then turn around. Let's put them on you 15 minutes.
Why are you being so hateful?
Why I'm
Have
hateful?
Have a conversation.
This man right here and this man right here, if they decide I've broken a city statute, they'll take me to a dungeon where I can be raped and strip searched.
But I'm not.
Oh, but you just said the blue flag's gonna go right back up.
I'll put it on.
For what?
Why not?
Because it's a terrorist
It's
flag.
your right to take it down. It's my right to put it back up.
Okay, fine, and we can just keep doing that.
No, I understand.
And we don't have to have a physical.
I'm
And
happy
look
to
at
have
you,
a-
Briggs, jumping in on this guy, and
I'm
you're
happy to
talking.
have
He's
a-
the man who was tortured.
Have a good conversation.
You're a firefighter.
Civilly with somebody.
If y'all want to presume the council meeting.
Listen, I just wanted to be clear.
Sure, it's
I just,
crystal.
I just wanted to be clear. You asked me to stop yelling because I didn't want to disrupt the meeting. So what did I do? I stopped screaming because I'm upset. Clearly, I'm upset. I've watched this guy's video for a week straight as I cut it into pieces, section by section, frame by frame. Holman lost his cool when he accused him of drinking at 9:30 in the morning, and he laughed. And for that, Holman put him in torture cuffs and left him there for 16 minutes, knowing he was no danger. What's going to happen to Holman? Is there going to be any redress?
There's an internal investigation that's being looked at right now.
Okay, but then was it, he just got put in handcuffs. But then again, you don't consider these to be torture. And that's why I'm here. That's what I'm doing here.
Sure.
That's why I'm in your city right now. And from here, I go to Arkansas and Louisiana. You know why? It's ubiquitous. These are torturing people around the country. And you think you're part of the good guys. That's the thing. That's hilarious. You go down in history as being a Nazi. Just so you know. People will write about you in history.
If you want to know who we are as our department,
Oh, yeah?
I would suggest that you come do a ride along with us.
Oh,
That way you can see who we are. This is
yeah.
who we are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How many
That way-
people do you put in cuffs a week?
if you want to answer that question, we can talk about it. We can do a ride along.
Okay, give me your card. I'll do a ride along. Let's see what you got. And then if I have any kind of anger about abuse and mistreatment, then I'm full of hate. But so far, it's not getting better, it's getting worse.
And what I mean by that is that way you can know who we are as people.
As people,
Yep.
you signed up to take people to a dungeon, bro.
I want you to know who we are as a department.
You
know?
signed up to take people to a dungeon, bro.
Okay.
You take people to a place that immediately they take off all your clothes and look up your backside. Do you think that's appropriate for not paying a parking ticket? Do you think that's appropriate because of a disorderly conduct
I've got
charge?
a meeting I've got to get back into.
You're not a part of it.
Yeah, I got a meeting I've got to get back to.
Do you notice when we actually sit down and the emotions calm down, right? You said you got a meeting to go back to. You're walking back. I'm not jumping on your back, dude. I'm a regular human being.
No, I understand you wouldn't do that, and I appreciate
I
it.
would never do that. I would
Thank you,
never
sir.
break the law. I'm just pissed off.
Yes, sir.
I'll be giving you a call for the 10-minute handcuff
I look
challenge.
forward to it.
Okay.
All right, so that's Chili DeCastro. The name of the YouTube channel is Delete Laws. Please go check out his channel If you haven't done so already, subscribe to it, hit that bell notification, check out the videos that he has. If you like them, hit the like button, share them with everybody you know, and look at the video, and I'll leave the links in the description and the pinned comment to this video and the video that references Officer Holman, abusing his authority with Yunez. So I appreciate you guys joining. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share with everybody you know, and don't forget to subscribe to my private email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. I'll see you guys in the next video.